Okay, so today's tomato review is going to be on the chocolate sprinkles tomato. Now, this tomato is one of my favorite tomatoes now since I've started growing it last year, and now it's up there in my top 5 or top 10. It's really, this tomato is one of my favorite. But this year, unfortunately, the plants started dying early, so I had to pick a lot of the tomatoes off green. And when I did that and I let them ripen on the table, they're not quite as sweet and balanced as they are when you pick them straight off the plant. So there is a difference between picking them in green and letting them, mature than picking them off the plant and eating them. Now, some of these were picked off the plant ripe, but a lot of these, like this one here, looks like it was picked green. So let's cut one open. All right, this one might be a little better, but this one still looks very green on me. So let me show you again. Now, some of you may have watched my videos on this last year. This is going to be the last year I'm going to actually review this. I'm just basically showing you, what I got really for harvest. But a lot of people who follow my tomato reviews have already seen this review. But I figured I'd revisit it again this year. And if anybody has any questions, they can simply ask the questions. But we'll give you an idea of what the tomato looks like. The lighting is so poor in here. I have nowhere else to shoot videos, guys. I got hundreds upon hundreds of tomatoes to do, and I got nowhere to shoot them. This is the only chance you're gonna get. All right, so that's really what it looks like. Trying to get you focused. Don't look like it's focusing. All right, that's a good example of one. And here's another one. You can see the striping on it. It's a very unique cherry tomato. Very, very unique. I'm very infatuated with this tomato. So let's do a bricks. We'll pick the riper one. Two drops. That's all you need. It's a 7 on the bricks, but that's a little low for this tomato. This tomato should be, this year, should have been 8, between 8 and 10. So 7's good, but it's a little low for this tomato. This tomato should have been much higher. But I still got faith in it because I have been eating these tomatoes pretty much all the way through summer. Every day I've been picking at least 3 or 4 off the plant every day since it's been putting out tomatoes. And I'm still eating tomatoes, and I already got a harvest out of it. So the plant's a very productive plant. It just outpaces the blight, and it still pumps out tons of tomatoes, and it's still going. It's still putting tomatoes out. So I'm not going to rip it down if this thing's full with tomatoes. So let's leave them on there, and as they ripen, I eat them. That's it. Once I get my basic source of seed that I need for the year, I'm done. The rest I'm going to eat and process or whatever. So let's give it a go. Wow, that is still good. Even with all of the problems we had, with the blight and the drought, it hasn't rained. It doesn't rain for like 3 or 4 weeks. Then we get hit with like 2 inches of rain in like 20 minutes. Then it's dry again for 3 weeks. I mean, the weather patterns have been really awful this year as far as that goes. But even with all of those problems, this tomato still comes through every single time. I definitely recommend this tomato. A lot of people have been asking me about the tomato. Certain things about it. My best advice to you is if you like cherry tomatoes, you like very sweet with a nice tangy flavor, it's nice and balanced, you ain't going to go wrong with this tomato. A lot of the other cherry tomatoes, it's hit or miss year by year. Sweet 1 million, Sweet 1000, Sweet 100, all 3 of those is hit and miss. Sometimes you get really good years with them. Sometimes you get years where it's more tang and almost no sweetness on it. And so it's very unpleasant, especially to some people. For me, as a tomato person, I manage. But a lot of other people may not, personally like that. And they don't want to deal with it. So they're upset because they got a whole crop full of tomatoes that they're not happy with the flavor. But this is a variety of tomato that always comes through. It's even in the best of the years, the worst of the years, with good soil, without good soil, just growing wild, it always produces an excellent tomato. So I definitely recommend this. If you guys never tried the chocolate sprinkles tomatoes, trust me, believe me when I tell you, this is a tomato you're going to want to try. Alright, so that's it. That's your quick tomato review for the chocolate sprinkles tomato. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.